You all know how much we love ProCare. We talk about them all the time, pretty much in every episode we record.
Pretty much.
So we are really, really excited to announce.
They're sponsoring the podcast. Yay! Oh my goodness. I'm so excited.
Yes. And we truly believe in their product because we take them every single day. I take their 1-a-day capsule.
Yes. And I take their 1-a-day chewable. It's freaking delicious.
And not only do they have multivitamins, but they have calcium chews.
Yeah.
Delicious calcium chews. The salted caramel is to die for.
Oh, and the cinnamon roll, guys, tastes like a cinnamon roll. Oh my God.
They also have dinner mint, but our favorite
is the dark chocolate for 2 reasons. One, you can have it at nighttime for a treat or make a s'more out of it. We've done it. Freaking bomb.
How cool is that? So go now to procarenow.com and use code OSLP for 10% off.
Alrighty, now go now. What are you waiting for?
Go get your vitamins.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it a good line?
It's great.
Okay.
It went all the way up. So
I always give her shit about it.
He does. I almost said he does. She does.
I'm not a he. Thank you.
Oh, so now I know your pronouns.
Yeah, I'm not a he.
You're a she.
I'm a she, 100%.
You go by she and her?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do. Those are my pronouns. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Random ass Melanie.
I know. Okay.
Welcome back, OSLP family!
Well,
you are listening to Our Sleeve Live podcast presents the Bariatric Diaries. This is Kelly.
Oh my goodness, this is so off.
What the fuck,
This
Mel?
is Mel. This is Mel, damn it.
You didn't sing.
I know.
Redo, please.
This is Mel.
Thank you. Okay. And today's episode is featuring Jeremy.
Hey.
There he is.
We are so excited to hear all of the updates because we have had, I mean, if you guys are watching this,
which you better be,
Jeremy has had an update with his hair and his beard. It all looks very, very put together.
Oh, and he's slender.
You're slimming out in your face a lot.
That's what I keep hearing. I can finally see it, but I hear that a lot from people. Like, yeah.
Does it drive you a little crazy with that one? Or is that one okay?
Not at all. It's like, I mean, I like compliments, so it's just, but I have this thing where, like, I've had it since a kid where I blush.
Yes.
So I'm really glad a lot of times when I'm reading through comments, like, people can't see me reading their comments because I definitely blush. So
bright red cheeks.
Little Santa Claus blushy cheeks.
Oh,
you have them right now, sir.
Yes.
It feels good. It's like, like I was, one of my really good friends was joking yesterday. She's like, "Man, you're pretty." With my post yesterday, she's like, "Yeah, you're pretty like popular with the ladies these days."
Oh, nice.
It's like, thanks.
Well, speaking of ladies. Are we dating any?
Oh. Kelly's like hopping around like crazy.
Well, I've been having this burning question that I wanted to ask if you're dating or like because of the whole you've had surgery now. You're like getting into the groove of things. At this point in time, guys, we are at 2.5 months for Jeremy.
Which I didn't even know you were single. That was also a thing.
So it was actually part of my why.
Yeah.
That whole when that all happened, because that happened it happened in March and then it was like finalized in April, and it was just like so it was still kind of like down, on the down low. And,
yeah.
But it's like, so yeah, I mean, like dating wise, a little bit. I'm exploring my options.
There you go.
Yay!
He's dabbling. He's dabbling.
I definitely have somebody that I'm extremely interested in. So. Yeah. So. But it's it's like, I mean, it's the first time it's like I understand now where like the boost of confidence comes and like how like things change.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm like, it's like the first time like where I mean, it sucks because like you realize that like, there wasn't that before.
Right.
And, or it was like, you were attracting people that like you didn't necessarily like want to be with.
Mm-hmm.
And,
And now they want to be with you.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, like whether it's wanted or unwanted.
Exactly.
A combination of both.
Yep.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
I've had to fend off some, that's for damn sure. So,
Yeah, it's a weird fucking feeling because I remember the first time I felt like I had like the confidence and like the power like shifted. Where like I can't remember where we were, but Eric went to go grab us a drink, and then like dudes just came up to me, being like a couple of them, and they're just like, "What can we get you? Do you need anything?" And I was like, "Where the fuck did you guys come from?" And I was like, "This is really weird." And I was like, "Oh, I literally could ask for anything right now, and one of these fellas are gonna do it. This is bonkers." Like,
it's the weirdest.
Never experienced it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the first time you ever like you feel like you're actually noticed. And
yeah.
It's like before that, you're like, damn, like I guess I was like not noticed. You know, noticed me like people just didn't notice me before. You know, now it's like you're getting attention. People are noticing you. People are like, you know, like dropping comments that are just like, you know, black and white. You know, and like, okay, then, you know,
yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I get told by random men that they like my hair, and I'm like, if I was 125 pounds ago, I don't think you'd be telling me that. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like,
but now it's like,
it's an easy like conversation starter.
Oh, yeah.
For them to like, but I'm just always like, oh, thanks. And then I just keep walking because I'm like, I don't have any interest in talking to you. I'm sorry. There was one guy as I was walking into your house, which is really weird, but he was throwing the ball for his dog.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, I really like your hair. And I was like, your dog's really cute. Can I pet her? And so I was I sat there and pet her and like talked with him a little bit.
Oh, so that line does work.
It does work. But when I'm in the mood.
Yep.
When I'm walking into the grocery store, not so much.
It's true. That's true. It's time and place.
I'm focused.
Everyone, time and place for those liners.
I mean, some people meet at the grocery store, but I'm just not there.
Funny because because it's like I'm only like halfway through, so it's like I know I still have like a lot, you know, like a bunch left to lose. So it's like it's gonna be even like different when I get there. Like I joke and say that I don't have a goal weight. I'm just going for sexy as fuck.
Yeah.
And,
oh my god. Oh my god. I have a funny story. We just keep going though.
because it's like, and I say that like I already like people have already made it obvious that I'm sexy now. So like my next level up is like sexy as fuck.
Yeah.
And
love it.
I actually like had somebody like a few weeks ago like tell me that wasn't possible because I was already cute to start with, and I'm like,
ooh,
I'm like, you know what is possible though is unfriending you, and I did.
Oh my goodness. Oh
wow.
My God. He was like, never mind. Bye bye.
It's just, like, what a horrible like mentality. Like, don't crush my dreams.
Oh, exactly.
Oh, I like where you spent that too.
Yeah.
I was not guessing. Well, because what's funny is Kelly posted something. Remember this? Like it was years ago.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, so she posted something on Facebook, and I can't remember. It was like a question or something, and it was like a year and a half after surgery, and I wrote, I just want to be extremely fuckable.
Oh, I do remember that. Jeremy was taking a drink of water as Melanie said that, so he almost spit it out.
I did.
This is awesome. Yes.
I almost had protein everywhere.
Almost protein. Oh my goodness. That's good.
Yes. And I feel like that is a goal for anybody.
Right? It doesn't have to be the scale. Like it's literally like just being like extremely fuckable is great because then you know that by just walking around. Like you don't have to have a scale every morning to tell you that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a cool little way.
Yeah, it's like, and I was like, and like I think I put it in a post like one of my last posts where I was saying how like it's the first time where like I truly feel like happy and confident.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like there's weeks where like I don't give a crap if that scale moves. It moves great. It's like it's like when I look in the mirror, it's the first time in a long time where I can be like, damn, all right, it's a good day.
Right?
You look sexy. Like we're good.
Yeah.
And you can tell, like your posts, like you've just like grown in confidence and like you're
glowing.
You are glowing, like in a different, like you know that you've got this, and your confidence level, and you're like just like. Yeah, I'm doing the damn thing. Like you can tell from like when you first started posting to now, it's way
I know
different.
you should pull some like befores and afters and stuff.
Yeah.
And see how different your tone and attitude is.
Yeah, I've done a lot of before. I've done some before and afters, and like I kick myself because like one of the biggest things that like people would tell me like when I first started is like take crap loads of pictures.
Yeah.
And I didn't. Like, I mean,
Mr.
I didn't start
Jeremy.
hearing that till probably like, I don't know, August, and I started in May.
Right.
So like I started in August, you know, taking pictures, but still I was still at that point where I'm like, I'm not a really big fan of how I look yet.
Right.
So, you know, but I'll do force selfies, you know, and stuff like that. And I took some, but it's like, but I kick myself that like, you know, and it's like I constantly tell people, especially like people in like the benchies that are like getting ready to like have surgery. I'm like, just take pictures. You're gonna hate them now. But later on down the road, you are going to love them because you're going to love seeing the side by side.
Yes, yes.
It'll blow your mind.
Full length. You have to.
Full length was huge. It's like because I used to never take a full length picture.
No.
It was like catch me from here up. That's all you get.
Yeah.
Everything else down here, I got to figure out a way to like hide behind something to cover it up. You know?
Exactly.
And you're not the only one that did that. Like I did that. Mel did that.
Most of the ones that are full length of me is just someone else taking a photo of me.
Usually me.
And it's like not even sometimes it's not even posed. Just there I am.
Yep.
Just hanging out.
I hate that I didn't take more videos.
Yes.
Of myself.
Yes.
Because you know, being in social media, you probably know, Jeremy, is that you're constantly posting and like doing different videos and just like doing all these different things now. And I'm like, damn, I really wish I had done more with the video side of it because that really shows the difference.
Oh, like I get fucking angry about, I have not one video from when I worked out. I didn't do any of that shit.
No, because you didn't know it was a thing.
No, I was never comfortable with like filming myself or taking photos of myself, period, until like really the last couple years with the podcast. So like I had to learn how to do that and feel comfortable. And
I mean, this is Mel when we started the podcast. Melanie, take a picture. It was like Chandler status to the T. And I'm like, Melody, smile. I am.
It's like I had to be like I had to learn to be comfortable like looking at myself because you see them. And so like that was a whole ordeal. And like now I'm so comfortable, but it's like, man, really wish I have those fucking videos because like you would see, you know, 280 Melanie trying to do planks and deadlifts and squats and like doing a hip hop class. I wonder what I fucking look like doing a hip hop class. You know, doing yoga and Pilates. No idea what I look like trying to do that at that of like those higher weights.
Oh yeah.
I have no clue. And that would be really cool to see.
Yeah.
So
I would love to have taken videos when I first started doing kickboxing. Like 478.
Yeah.
I mean, like, and huffing and puffing throughout the entire class.
Right.
And compare it to now, you know, it's like, I mean, even now it's like, you know, I mean, like, I don't feel like the videos fully show off what I feel like I'm doing.
Yeah.
One of the instructors like says that I look like a total badass, but it's like, I don't see that yet. I told her, I'm like, I'm going for Bruce Lee status. So,
there you go.
That to me looks different than that.
You're like, I'm not there yet. I can see it.
Yeah, but I mean, I'd love to have like a video of like when I first started and I could hardly do anything. You know, compare it, be like, that's where I was, and this is where I am now. And then, you know, a year from now, compare it to that. You know.
Oh man, I got chills thinking about where you're going to be in a year.
I know.
I was just like, oh, holy shit! Like. Okay. It's so much better. Like when you get past that first 6 months, like it's just like
it's night and day.
It's crazy. It's craziness.
I don't know. For me, it was a year. Kelly had like a earlier experience. I felt
well because I was like even before I had surgery, I was on social media. You were like that, Jeremy. Like it was like we knew what we were doing. We were posting it for everybody, and so I knew what I needed to do.
Yeah,
because I had seen everybody else do it. And so I took the videos, not so much in the beginning, but like as I started getting comfortable, like I remember asking Satan the first time to be like, to do the side-by-side photos. And it felt so awkward. And like, you can see my face. I'm just like, I don't want to do this at all. But then I look back and I'm like, holy fucking shit. Like I did that.
Yeah.
I did that. So, and you probably feel the same now. Like so awkward in the beginning.
Yeah, even like now, like it was just like, I think it was like 2 days ago where I took a full length and like I put it in a bunch of like my pictures that I put up, and like I didn't even intend to like post it, but I'm like, I'll just throw it in there for just like, you know, whatever.
Right.
When I went back and looked at it, I was like, holy crap, just see the difference. Like I don't feel like my clothes are like, you know, screaming at me because I'm about to explode out of them. It's like I feel like I don't look that bad at all. It's like, it's just like
Love it.
crazy. Like I've never like that's probably the hardest ones for me to post. And you know, is that full length, you know,
absolutely,
you're showing it all. And yeah, it was like I'm not ashamed of that one at all. So
exactly. Good.
Oh, you can tell.
I'm so glad.
So I'm gonna make us rewind.
Okay.
Making us rewind. Okay. Because all the thing that they've heard is pre-op. With Jeremy.
So let's go back. Day of surgery.
So like now we're up to surgery. Where is it at again? And was anybody with you?
So I had surgery the September 28th. And let's see. So day of surgery, I was at 403.
I love that you have it written on the wall.
Yeah, it's right there.
I was like, is that like fantasy football stats? Like no. I wasn't. So it's all like your measurements and dates and
nice.
I love it.
Yeah,
in your face every day.
Exactly. And it's like, so everything is like right there in my face. Plus I have like my starting weight and then where I want to be, and it's all in 10 pound increments.
Okay.
So like I have like reward systems to like keep me motivated. So like every time I hit 10 pounds, I get to, I choose from like these different things. And then
nice.
50 is another set, and 100 is another set. And then like my goal weight, when I reach the, sexy as fuck status, flying myself to the UK, because I'm a huge soccer fan.
Yeah.
And a lot of my favorite teams are over there. So I'm just going to spend the entire time like exploring and watching a crap load of soccer.
Yes.
So,
I love
that.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a good goal.
That's a great that's a great tip. If you need to take away from that is give yourself little goals. They're achievable goals. You'll feel good. You get a reward system, and then have that awesome trip when you get to that point that you want to get at.
Yeah.
Because extra motivation, there's nothing wrong with that. So
no, not at all. So
just to be able to stare at my numbers every day, because it's right next to my work computer. So like I literally, if I'm just like, even if I'm just stretching, I'll be like, oh, that's where I'm at. Like this is where I'm gonna hit next. And it's helpful. So
because it's in your fucking face, like you can't deny that. Yeah. I remember being that intense into the process, because that's what it's like. Yeah.
I weighed myself every morning.
Yeah.
Every morning.
I did that from the start. I've actually, within the last month and a half, I've stopped doing that.
Oh.
Like when I met with my nutritionist, it was like he wanted me to weigh myself like every single day. And so like for the, for post surgery and even like pre-op, when I was like working out a lot, like I was watching that scale move. I mean, I lost 75 pounds before surgery.
Yeah.
And then even after surgery, like I think I had like maybe 1 week where it didn't move, but then it started to move again, and pretty quick. And
good.
To where like today, as of last Tuesday, because I weigh in tomorrow, I'm down like 121 pounds.
Isn't that crazy?
In all. So
whoa.
But there's definitely days or weeks where it just didn't move, and it got more stressful than anything else. So I just like decided to through like a lot of people's advice, like I now only weigh myself once a week. It's on Tuesdays, because that was the day of my surgery. So every Tuesday is when I weigh, and it's like, even though that thing's in my bathroom and I see it every freaking morning, I'm like, nope, not gonna do it.
Yeah.
You just hope that after a strong week that it moves.
Yeah.
Because I've definitely had a week where it didn't move at all, and I was pissed. But then I'm like, whatever. I'm like, I've still lost 120 pounds, so I'm not mad at that.
Yeah. No, you cannot.
Yeah, I saw this post. Actually, they were talking about it in the Benchies losing slow. I don't know if you saw it, like literally like minutes ago. And I saw this post on Instagram the other day, and it said, "You're not losing slow. It's just the way your body loses weight."
Yeah, it is what it is.
Like it's not like I'm not I lost weight very fast, but that was my body wanted to lose that weight.
Yeah.
That was why it did it. Melanie was a little bit slower, but that's the way that her body loses weight. So it's like we can't call each other, like we can't say, "Oh, I'm a slow loser," because you don't know. You're not. You can't talk to your own body. So
no, you can't make it do what it doesn't want to do.
Yeah, and nothing and as long as you're following those rules of I'm getting this amount of protein, this amount of water, this amount of like whether it just be like walking or whatever.
Yeah,
like. As long as you're doing those basic principles and getting sleep, then you're doing fine. You're doing everything you can.
Yeah, and your body will eventually drop it.
Yeah.
It's just, it will do it.
Mm-hmm. And it seems like, too, like a lot of times when somebody like is, they're not seeing a lot of movement in that scale, at the same time, they're talking a lot about NSVs all the time, like those non-scale victories.
Yeah.
That's your movements. Like,
yeah, there it is.
Because like like there's definitely weeks where like it doesn't move, that scale doesn't move, but I feel it somewhere else,
right?
Because like I might be exchanging that fat for muscle, or whatever, but it's like even like yesterday's the first day since I don't remember how long that I actually went to a normal store, and bought like a hoodie off the shelf.
Yay!
And it was like a 2X, and I'm like, holy, like I walked out of there and like, and when I tried it on, realized it fit and like it fit perfect. And I was like, holy crap, like I just bought something from a normal store.
Yeah.
Yay!
I didn't have to like order it off of Amazon. I didn't have to like go to the dreaded, like, ugly clothes store, the big and tall stores, whatever. Like,
yeah.
Those clothes are so ugly.
To wear any of that crap. But yeah, it's awesome.
That's a great feeling.
I remember the first time of going into like a boutique because I love the clothes that they carry, but they don't carry anything over most of the time over in a large.
Yeah.
Like they just don't. And I don't know why. It's dumb, but whatever. It is what it is. And I remember the first like large that I bought and I was over the fucking moon that I could fit into it like just right on.
Like comfortably.
On. Yep. I was like, oh, I was meant to buy this.
Yep.
Yes, that's happening.
That's awesome.
Okay, so let's go back to the hospital.
Yeah, sorry, rabbit trail.
No,
it's okay. That's what we do. That's what we do.
You know where we're all about. So did anybody go with you?
Did you have support?
I did. I was able to have somebody with me, which was great because originally it was even like week of where I was supposed to find out on the Thursday before surgery whether it was canceled or not.
Right.
Because there was, Texas, the numbers were still on the rise, and they literally were like the Thursday before they would decide what if the surgeries were happening the next week, and so like when I did my check-in, my pre-op with the hospital, they actually said, yeah, you can bring somebody with you. So
nice.
So it was definitely like nice to have somebody there. And it was, I think there's definitely points where like I don't know if I would have even noticed or not because that gas pain is no freaking joke.
Right.
And my tunnel vision for my walking was like, that was like the number one thing on my brain.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And so surgery was great. I was an hour later than I was supposed to be.
Oh.
And I was freaking hungry. I literally at one point like asked the nurse when they came in, I'm like, can we just go now? Because I know that when I wake up, I'm not gonna be hungry, but like I'm starving right now. Like I couldn't wait to like get in there and like get it done,
Yeah.
And it was like and it was my first surgery, and so like I wasn't anxious, because it was like it was like I had already gone through the worst case scenarios in my head, and so that was already like I told like the anesthesiologist that that had anxiety, he's like, okay, don't worry, I'll give you something when we get in there, and went into like the operating room and had to like move myself over to the cold freaking like, surgery table.
I hate
that
table.
So weird feeling.
Yeah,
such a weird feeling.
Like it was the weirdest thing too because it's skinny, it's small.
Yeah,
it's like. It's like I swore it was even for like a really like a toothpick person. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna fit on this thing.
Yeah.
Like, what are you gonna do with all the excess? It's still like going off the edges, And then like they like you know, they put like an oxygen mask on me, and he's like, it's just oxygen, just breathe normal. And then they set you all up in like the Christ pose, whatever, and like the
Oh, I know.
and the compression stockings, and then he's like, just take a few breaths, and I did, and like that's it. That's all I remember.
Oh, they didn't ask you to count down? That's my favorite part.
Yeah, he just said like take a few deep breaths, and I think I remember like taking 2 of them, and then I was out. The next thing I know, I'm like waking up in like the recovery area, and like my back just like hurts.
Oh.
Like it's because all my gas pain was like concentrated in my upper back, and it was like the worst pain. And I was like trying to like move to where I would get comfortable, and the next thing I know, like one of the nurses came in. She's like, "You're freaking people out. They think you're trying to escape." Like,
oh my God!
You're like, I'm trying to
like,
make this gas pain escape.
Can you just like stay still? And I'm like, I can't. I'm like, I'll do what I can, but I'm like, this really hurts. And,
yeah.
But then like once I like went to like my room, I like told the nurse, I'm like, hey, I want to get up and start walking. Like as soon as I'm cleared, please like let me know what second that is so I can get up and start walking. And she's like, okay. She's like, it's not right now. And I was like, I said, I get it. I said, just right when it is the time, can you please tell me? And I think it was like 3 or 3.5 hours later, they actually came back and said I could start walking. And I'm like, oh, it just took that long. She's like, oh no, you could have walked like 2 hours ago. I'm like, oh my gosh, I was livid. I'm like, this is so dumb.
You're like, why'd you tell me that?
Yeah. So then like every hour I was like up, like doing my little laps and
good,
you know, and just to like, and it definitely like helped, you know, like get rid of that gas pain even quicker.
You know,
because I was RNY, I had to spend the night.
Okay.
And also like I was on a sleep apnea machine, so that was like, you know, they want to like be able to watch you because you know, in case it like intensifies your sleep apnea. But then I think by like halfway through the next day, like I was released and I went home.
Okay.
And then and then it was just, you know, just me pretty much from that on out. And
so I realize, so back pain. I know you're gonna laugh at me.
Oh my God. Did you have fucking gas pain?
I think I did.
Oh my God. Seriously, we've been recording this podcast for over. I didn't have gas pain. I don't know what it feels like. I don't know.
Because I didn't feel it here. I didn't know you could feel it back here.
Yeah, when you say like it moves into your shoulders, go home, you're drunk. Good Lord.
So I definitely was expecting it in my shoulders because that's what everybody kept complaining about. It was like in their shoulders.
Yeah. Well, I thought they were talking about the tops. I know. I'm a goofball.
Get into the corner. You're done.
So it would hurt like mid, like right across.
Yes, that's gas pain.
Oh, okay. Now I know.
God.
I just needed Jeremy to describe it. No one's described it that way.
Welcome to the gas pain glove.
Yes. Thank you, Jeremy, for describing it so well so I can relate and realize that I did have some gas pain.
I can't with your face right now.
I know. How long did it take for the gas pain to fully go away? That's the question.
It probably took like a day and a half.
A day and a half. Okay.
Like, I had gotten rid of most of it by the time I got discharged. I still had a little bit when they got home. Like the first night was like kind of uncomfortable to sleep.
Okay.
And it was like more in my back than in my stomach. But then after that first night, it was like it was stalling into the tenderness of my stomach.
Okay.
Did they give you any pain meds?
You said pain meds? Yeah, so like the hospital that I was at is a no narcotics hospital.
Okay.
So because they don't want to, you know, any kind of like addictions afterwards. So it was just like, it was Tylenol 3, and then I think I had like 2 others.
Okay.
And it was just like, I just rotated them.
Okay.
For the first week, and then I was done with it.
Nice. Nice.
And it was, even about like that last day, I didn't really feel like I needed it, you know, because I could feel it like wearing off, but it was like there wasn't a lot of pain there.
Okay.
I only had the majority of my pain like probably like the first few days where my stomach was really tender, and after that I was like back to like sleeping on my stomach and my side, and it was didn't have to be like straddling a pillow to, you know, or sleeping on the pillow.
Well, you're lucky, my friend.
I think I was back sleeping on my stomach like probably a week after
like
surgery.
your face. That's not accurate for me at all.
Are you sure?
That
Are you positive?
that one I
because I
know,
don't want
'cause
a year later.
I
for you to
tried-
be like, just kidding. I slept on my stomach. I now understand it.
No, I tried so hard to sleep on my stomach because that's how I do with the one leg up.
I sleep the same way.
I know. And it took me like over a month to be able to sleep comfortably.
Well, but you had a different
I know. Mine
type
was
of
different.
surgery.
It was done differently.
It was done differently.
It's done differently.
Okay, so how was that first, like, drinking water, getting your protein? What did that look like for the first?
How'd that feel?
In the beginning?
It was actually like, I actually felt like pretty like blessed because like all the the pains that people were having, I wasn't experiencing.
Okay,
Oh.
good.
It was easy for me. Like the first day, because I was like so like out of it, like I wasn't like, like I wasn't stressed about it. And they like told me like, they're like, don't even worry about it because you're getting it through your IV anyway.
Right.
But then like the second, and then once like the second day hit, like, I asked for like all my small little cups and it was just like religious. I kept going through them all. And I think it was like the first 2 days, my protein goal was like 64.
Okay.
And then after that, it jumped up to 80.
Mm-hmm.
And then like now it's at 110.
Okay.
But it was like that, that first week, it wasn't hard at all to do.
Oh,
that.
good.
I was just religiously like, with my little cups, just, going to town, and I tracked religiously. And
Awesome.
yeah, it was actually pretty easy to do it. So
Good.
Yeah, that's what I
Good.
like to hear. I like to hear that it's easy because you knew what to expect. You
Right.
knew what to have available to you. And so it made your life a whole lot easier because you're like, okay, I already know I need to be doing, I need to walk after surgery because I know that there's going to be gas pain. I need to have my solo cups because I need to be able to have those little,
Yeah, those little Dixie cups.
the little Dixie cups.
Little
that's
Dixie
what it
cups.
is.
Well, then the walking right after surgery, like that 100% came from you, Kelly. Like because that's I heard you talk about it a lot. So I was like, hell yeah! I'm like, that's what I'm gonna do. Like the second time I need to walk, I'm gonna walk because I hate hospitals, and so I want to get the F out of here as quick as I possibly can.
So you're walking off that nervous energy, that's for sure.
Glad I could help you out.
Of course. Well, it was kind of like, it was funny, like unnerving, but kind of funny, like because the COVID cases are so high that
Yeah.
where they were putting all the bariatric patients was on the same floor as the COVID units as well.
Oh.
So like I would literally be on a walk and I'd have like nurses come up to me like, you can't walk down here. This is the COVID part. You need to take a left right now.
Oh,
Like,
shit.
okay. Because you're watching it, it's all
Oh my God. It's like looking at Grey's Anatomy for reals. You're like, oh,
paper
fuck.
off, hazmat suits.
Mhm.
And,
Wow.
I'm like, okay, I'm good.
Man,
But like because the hospital was so understaffed, so there was like 2 like empty wings that like there was no patients. So
Yeah.
we just walk those areas and it was just me, and it was
Nice.
great,
And then you don't have to worry about it. You're like, if my butt shows, it's fine. Like I just walk
I'm still
around.
worried about stuff like that. So, but
wait, can you not wear underwear?
No, I'm just saying, like, because in all of the TV shows and movies and stuff,
Oh,
they
yeah, the
always
little
show like
booty.
you don't have anything under.
Yeah.
But I wore pants.
I wear, yeah.
I wore pants under mine. I was like, I'm wearing pajama pants. If you have to cut them off, cut them off. But I'm wearing pajama pants. I'm not having my ass show. I did not wear a bra though. I was not doing that.
I just did whatever they told me to do. To be honest, I have no idea what they told me to do to this point, but like if they said just like, this is what you wear, this is what I'm wearing.
No, I brought my own
All
stuff.
the
I had
things.
slippers.
Mm-mm.
I had my fuzzy socks. I had my pajama pants, my robe. Like I had everything because I
Yeah.
was like, I'm not going to be uncomfortable. Plus, I had to drive an hour home after.
I just think that's their job to make you feel comfortable. Like they're supposed to
No.
provide all those things.
No,
That's what I feel
hospitals
like.
are not comfortable places.
Like-
They are stiff and unruly, and I don't like them, except for the anesthesia. I love the anesthesia. I just don't like the hospital setting. So, because their blankets are thin, they're stiff, they smell like bleach.
I mean, I like how like they give you warm blankets though.
Yeah, but it's all not cozy.
I don't mind hospitals.
I brought my
They
own
do not
pillow.
bug me.
I brought a
I'm-
blanket. I had my Hello Kitty blanket with me.
Well, good for you, Kelly, because I did not have any of those things.
You don't get to be snappy because you didn't even know you had gas pain.
I know. I'm not snappy because of that. You're snappy.
You're snappy. Anyways.
Anyways, back to Jeremy.
Yes.
The rest, but the pre-op diet, because my post-op diet was only a month.
Okay.
Because I had 2 weeks of liquids. Well, so I had like 2 days of clear liquids.
Okay.
And then it went just to liquids for 2 weeks. And then soft food, pureed, and then just back to regular.
Damn.
Soft food and the pureed were just a week each.
Oh, okay. That was the same as mine.
Yeah, so you guys were so close.
So like the liquid stage, like I could blend any soup I wanted to as long as I blended it or strained it. So like that was nice because I could have a variety, but it didn't stop me from the last few days like being so sick of soup.
Oh yeah.
It was like, I mean, I was literally going to like a restaurant like every single night to get like a to-go of a soup just so I could have a different like flavor profile.
Oh, nice.
Even if it was like the same kind of soup I've been eating, it was like it was made by somebody else, so it tasted different.
Oh
so,
yeah.
It's not just out of a can.
yeah. And then like, but like that last day of like the soup, the liquids, I was like, that's it. The soup, we're breaking up. Like, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to see you. I'm not going to consume you for like a while now. We're taking a break.
You broke up with soups.
Yes. And I enjoy soups, but no, we took a break and I haven't had soup. I think I've only had soup once since then. And it was like because I was out up in Dallas for the bariatric meetup.
Oh yeah.
We went to a restaurant and I was still on I think I had just got to purees.
Okay.
But the only thing that was like remotely soft was like soup. So, so I had like lobster bisque. I'm like, dang it, I thought we broke up. But
you had a drunk dial.
It was food. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we'll call it. It's a drunk dial.
Oh
you had to go back for a one-night stand.
Well, and I know we should probably shout out some of your family and friends that like, because you were pretty stocked up, right?
Yeah, so I have one sister that lives here in Austin, and she like had reached out and she was like, what can I do to support you? I'm like, what do you need? I'm like, I'm good. And she's like, no, I want to support you. How can I do it? And she was like, can I buy your groceries for your post-op diet?
No.
And I'm like, sure. And so like I sent her like the list and like so like the grocery order like arrived and it like literally like, filled up like my entire porch. And then like it filled up my cabinets. It filled up like I had displayed it like on the countertop. And it filled up like an entire counter. And so yeah, so I was set, and it was great because it was like one less stress I had to
go sis, man.
Yeah. Shout out to the sister. That's awesome. That's such a sweet thing because it's like nobody can really do much for you, but taking that off your brain because you've stressed about food your entire life. So to not have to stress out about that is just
oh God, it's
just
great. Like 1,000 pounds lifted of weight. Like
yeah.
What to do with that?
Well, it's so hard like because people are like asking that all the time, like how they can support you, and you're just like, I literally had no freaking clue. Like, because you don't know what you're gonna go through. Like, you know that you've talked to people, and you can talk to people like till they're like blue, until like they're blue in the face, but it's not gonna be the same because everybody's journey is different. So
yeah.
I had the same answer for everybody. I'm like, I have no idea. I'm good,
So this
but that definitely helped,
Good.
Yeah, like thinking about it, because I just went to a baby shower. We could have, this might be too extreme and too nerdy, but we can have like little, like almost like a baby shower before we go into surgery.
Oh my God, wouldn't that be awesome?
And have like all the little things that like, hey, like here, if anybody wants to support me, like you guys are asking, this is where I'm registered at. Like you can have protein shakes on there. You can have the little Dixie cups.
I mean, you can do
have
it at Target.
Yeah.
And just do it like as a baby shower one and then just put whatever you want on it.
Yeah. Make a registry.
Or a wedding registry. I don't.
Right.
No, you can create your own.
Can you?
Yeah, there's like
Oh.
occasions. Yeah.
Oh.
So maybe like that can be
cool.
a new thing that people could do to help them.
Yeah, because I don't think a lot of people know that they need to even ask how to support sometimes too.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be nice to be like, hey, so I'm having this life-changing surgery. If you'd like to help me out in any way, here's where I'm registered. These are all the things I'll need for after surgery.
Yeah.
That's an awesome idea. Okay.
Thank you.
You've redeemed yourself. I like you again.
I love it.
And the support was huge. It was like, I had my family support too, but it was like I also had a lot of like just like, like either like IG friends or like, you know, even like my gym, like they were like amazing. Like, you know, it was like they were super supportive. Like they'd reach out, hey, how are you doing? Like, you know, we miss you. We're looking forward to you coming back. Like, I know that the general manager actually reached out to you guys.
I was gonna
so,
say,
like,
I was
said,
gonna be
like,
like, actually, even they reached out to us.
Yeah, and asked what
she
you
was like,
needed.
Yep. And so she told me about that. And like, you know, so when I went back for my first day, like, you know, they had a little like welcome back gift for me. And it was like protein shakes and
Nice.
you know, and it was just, you know, I don't know, it was so heartwarming just to like know that you had like this huge corner, you know, people in your corner. You know?
Yeah.
And it was like, you know, you didn't have to deal with the BS of like, oh, you're taking the easy way out. Like, you know, like I didn't have to deal with it like that. So it was just like I had so many people that like, and if I did, I just, you know, there's a great unfriend button, you know, like you know,
so much easier these days.
Yes.
It's glorious. I mean, I wish that there was one of those for like face-to-face people. Like,
wouldn't that be
like,
nice?
that, just like go unfriend and you're gone, you know.
My
but,
sister.
You're
You're out.
Yeah, we're done.
And you are not going to be in my life anymore.
Well, that's amazing because like they did reach out to us and I was like, this is so cute. I'm like, okay, so these are the things.
Yes.
Morgan told me that and I was like, oh, that's so cool. So yeah, it was just cool. It was like just like, you know, and I had people that like, you know, I'd become friends with, you know, besides like the, you know, the benchies, of course, like, you know, people that I become really good friends with that are like reaching out constantly, like, hey, you know, how are you doing? And, you know, how, you know, offering like advice, offering like suggestions.
Nice.
And, you know, and just, it was like, you couldn't put a price tag on it. It was so helpful, you know, especially on those days where you're like, you know, you're literally like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Like, where's my person that's going to be like, hey, so this is what you're doing. This is what you need to do. Like, you know, there's definitely those days where you wake up, you're like, I have no freaking clue. Like, but yeah, so like the support was just like unimaginable. Like, you know, like there's a lot of times where I felt like I had more support through this from people like in the weight loss community than I had like, you know, face to face.
Yeah.
You know?
It's so funny because you would never know that you had that support unless you decided to do the surgery. And it's so crazy.
And immerse yourself. Like I'm guessing like because you did a lot of pre-op like social media stuff, do you think that helped getting more and more support before you went in?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think, you know, because I definitely throughout the process, like I didn't hide anything. I was, you know, I definitely like, you know, put my name out there. I tried to get involved as much as I could in different, you know, like of course, you know, the benchies and, you know, and then other like, you know, other groups and just trying to like make as many like connections as possible with, you know, with people and, you know, and even like there was like 3 of us that actually had surgery the same day. Like,
yeah.
One was Haley the Benchie.
Yep.
And then there was somebody else that had like just had friended me and we kind of just started talking and it turned out we had the same exact surgery date. So we would just sit like, you know, every week almost like, you know, without fail, like, you know, we would reach out to each other. Hey, how's it going? You know,
checking in.
You know, what's your ups and downs? And just to watch the difference in journeys was just, you know, and to be able to like offer suggestions, you know, and you're literally at the same spot, but like, you know, like it was hard for me sometimes to share the fact that I wasn't having any issues.
Right.
And be like, oh, well, hey, have you tried this? You know, like, and trying to like just to skirt around the point I wasn't having these same issues, but feeling heartbroken for them at the same time.
Well, I mean, really, I didn't really have that many issues either. Like I mean, I remember the first drink being difficult for me, and like the first like week or so, it was hard to get protein down. But other than that, I had a pretty smooth journey.
Right.
So I didn't have any complications. I didn't, you know, things weren't making me, like there were certain times that a food would make me kind of like, meh. And so I just was to be like, okay, well, I'm not going to eat you right now. So I'm kind of in the same boat as you are, is that I didn't really have complications. I didn't have that.
Well, and it's a good thing. I think we got to remind ourselves that means we had a good surgeon.
Yeah.
Like they did the job that they were supposed to do and they did it well.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. And for those that we keep saying benchies, we should probably explain to that anybody that doesn't know what that is. So, okay. So we have a support group and it's on Facebook Messenger and we named them the benchies because we don't want to call it the loser's bench. We're calling it the winner's bench. And you get to hang out with us all day. Jeremy's a part of that. There's like 6 60 people in there.
Yeah.
And you just go to patreon.com/OSLP and pick $7 or higher. And then you can join that.
Yep.
To join that group with us now, you're going to be a benchie.
I mean,
So-
we're all benchies at heart, but if you want to be in the actual benchy group,
That's where
do
you
that.
go.
But
That's where you go.
I feel like it's sometimes there's just so much positivity. Like the first thing I do in the morning when I wake up is go to the benchies group and read everything that I missed over the night
From
and
sleeping,
the morning.
yeah.
And I just love it. Like it's just, and you know what? When you weren't very active in there, I felt
We all noticed
the
too.
lack of presence from Jeremy,
Yeah.
the resident boyfriend. Like I was like, wait a minute, do I need to message him privately and find
Because
out?
we're like, where is he?
Where is
And we kept
Jeremy?
adding him. We're like, add Jeremy. We know you're getting a ping at this one. It's not just we're saying your name. We're like, where is this motherfucker? He's
You were
not answering.
definitely missed while you were on your hiatus.
I appreciate it. Yeah, it was just like it was just one of those things where like I think I had gotten too into social media,
Mhm.
and it was consuming. It was like one day I was just like realizing that it was consuming too much of my time.
Yep.
Like,
Mhm.
I can't do this. Like my goal right now is to focus on myself with my journey. Like this is all great. This is all super supportive. Like the benchies and then everything else on Instagram. But it's like I just got to take a step back. I got to focus on myself. Like figure out, like, remember my why, just focus on, personal time and like, and it was like, and then like once I got back past that, then I kind of like jumped in, and like when I got back in there, I think that like literally somebody had just asked, where's Jeremy, the resident boyfriend? I was like, I'm here.
You're like, I'm here.
Well, and that is something that's, social media is so heartwarming at times. And, knowing that you've got this entire community behind you and you're constantly meeting new people and getting new information and stuff. But there are some days where it's like, guys, I need some time away. And there's nothing wrong with that because that's the whole point of this. You said it correct. It was about you. It's entirely your journey, your time. And if you feel the need to step back, like we may give you crap about it, but we support you 100% because we both have the days where we're like, I can't. I just mentally, I cannot. Like you were just saying it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I need one day a month.
Where it's just like, and it wasn't even just social media. It's I want to do whatever I want to do that day, all day long.
Yes.
And I don't want to be told anything else. And if I don't want to leave my house, I'm not going to leave my house.
And if I don't want to answer the phone, I'm not going to answer the phone.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I'm still here. I'm still alive. Just because I'm not connected to a phone right now does not mean
it's funny
I'm
because
not.
when we all grew up, we weren't connected to phones all the time.
No.
Like, there were times that nobody knew where I was.
Yeah.
Like,
that's why voicemail really mattered back then.
yes, it did.
Because you had to check your voicemails when you got back to the
Now
house.
you're like, eh.
I know, I hate fucking voicemails.
Yeah, don't leave me voicemails.
Text me.
Just hang up and text me and tell me what you wanted because I probably didn't want to answer the phone in the first place because I don't like talking on the phone.
Yeah, it's just talking, period. Yeah.
I talk enough on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's just so important to take those mental breaks. I mean, like, I went to to California like the week before my birthday, and it was like when I'm on my way there, I was like, I don't want to touch my phone. I don't want to like use social media. I don't want to like sit here and like text people all day. Like I want to like just hardly like I'll hold it in case an emergency happens, but I don't want to use it. And that was part of that week where I was just like I was very inactive on social media because I didn't I wanted to like to that not to be a distraction. And it was like the amount of like just like a breath of fresh air that came was like huge.
Right.
Like, I came back and I felt refreshed and like ready to like plug back in. And
oh, good.
It was just like you could actually just you felt like you were experiencing life.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and that's that's I mean, you just saying that makes so much sense because there are certain times where you're like, I don't want to document this.
Yeah.
I just want to live it.
Just want to consume it. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. You wanted to live and experience California, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think sometimes we're too attached to our phones.
Oh, yeah. 100%. 100%.
And even like on my birthday, too, I was like, I'm not touching my phone. Like, this is my day. This is me. I'm doing everything 100% that I want to do. Like, and so, like, the last thing I'm going to do is like get consumed and distract myself from
right.
that,
exactly. Go you.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
I love it.
It was it was fun. And it was just like, I mean, like I literally like sat down and like, okay, what do I want to do on my day? Like I nerded out in the morning, went to like a museum and, and then at one point I met up with my, kids really quick. And then I went and did like a double kickboxing with a bunch of my like friends from the gym. And, cause I sent them out a text. I'm like, hey, this is my birthday. This is what I'm going to do. Do you want to join me? Like,
Yeah.
you want to kill yourself with me. And it was just awesome. It was that self-love, that
Mhm.
just I've come to like appreciate so much.
Mhm.
Good.
Yeah, because you didn't. I feel like for the longest time when you're obese or at your highest weight, I should say, is that you kind of don't want to think about yourself because then you have to admit that you're not where you want to be.
Oh yeah.
So you put everybody ahead of you in order to just keep your mind occupied. And then you don't have to think about yourself. You don't, like birthdays. I was always like, I don't care. We can do whatever. Like I never really had,
Mhm.
like, no, I want to do this.
Yeah.
And I'm now starting to get back into that. So I think that's a good plan. Take one day a month.
Yeah.
And don't do anything that you don't want to do. If you want to be on social media, be on social media. But do what you want to do.
Your choice.
Exactly.
That's what I was telling her upstairs was like, hey, like I might answer some text messages or emails, but that's I get to choose that. I think the deal is that like a lot of our day is taken up by other people. And so like we forget that we get to choose things. This is our life too. And we're like, no, I would like to remember, like, this is me. I want to do these things. And you can hang out like how you're going to the workout. Like a lot of people be like, why would you work out on your birthday? But then it's like, no, because I want to. Because I like to. And you were going regardless. So you're like, hey, if you want to join, but this is where I'm going to be. And that is very powerful. And people should do that more often.
Be more like Jeremy.
Because I literally said, what do I want to do? And it was like, I really like to work out. I really like to kickbox. So it's like, I want to do that. Like, it's like, just because it's my birthday, I'm not going to be derailed. I'm not going to like, it's not like I can go, I definitely like, and you have to look at it differently. Like, your holidays are so different now. Your birthdays are so different where, I was telling, Rob from My Latest History, it's like, you have to look at things different now. I used to like birthdays in the past. I used to be like, okay, cool. Which, how am I going to, make my day revolve around food? I'm going to start it with this food. And then I'm going to go to this is what we're going to have for lunch. And then this is what we're going to have for dinner. And it's just like your whole day just revolves around food. And where now it was like, no, like my day now and my holidays are now going to be revolved around activities.
Yes, activities.
Food is going to be like the smallest on the priority list. Like, of course, I have to make sure I get my protein and everything else, but and my hydration. But it's like the food is no longer the focus. It's like,
it's not the like the present of the day or whatever. Like legit, you can just like drink your water and get your protein, and because it's really you just fueling your body to like move that day. So you're like, I just want to go to all the activities. What do I have to do to make sure I can do that? So,
and speaking of holidays, how did your first Thanksgiving post-op go?
Yeah,
it was actually like really easy.
Okay.
I don't like Thanksgiving. It's my least favorite holiday.
Okay.
I don't like any of the foods. I'm just.
Well, you're making the wrong foods. You need to come to my Thanksgiving because it was delicious.
Well, and we've decided too that we realize you can have whatever the fuck you want.
Even if you want to have pizza on Thanksgiving,
we've done it. I've had Chinese food on Thanksgiving. I've had pizza on Thanksgiving. I've had prime rib. Bomb.
That's where it's at.
So
don't do a turkey. Although Zach did make a very good turkey. I just don't like turkey.
Right.
Yeah.
Prime rib. Yeah.
Ribeye. Do the things.
Yes.
So what did you do? Sorry.
We got sidetracked.
So in the morning, like the morning of the gym actually had did a morning workout, like intense workout. So I did that and then just kind of, chilled and kind of did stuff for the day. And then later that night went to my sister's and had, Thanksgiving, had my little corner of, it was a bigger plate. So I had my little corner of that big plate.
Nice.
With my little, small little dollop of this, small little dollop of that. And I think I ate half of it. So, but it was I didn't feel defeated because I really didn't care.
Yeah.
I was okay, I ate for like life, and I didn't eat because I was enjoying it. So, but yeah, so I didn't, and I had been talking to a bunch of people that were like, that it was also their first Thanksgiving, and they were really like bummed about it. And I felt bad like saying that I wasn't at all.
Yeah.
Like that I wasn't struggling with that, like not being able to eat all the stuff. But even like,
I mean,
even like desserts, I wasn't even interested. Like,
yeah. Well, but everybody's different.
Yeah, every journey is different.
So like my favorite things are like the carby things, and that's what I live for on Thanksgiving. Is I enjoy having a roll. I enjoy having stuffing. Stuffing is my favorite thing ever, especially when it's cold.
Stuffing. I don't understand it.
I love cold stuffing the next day.
Who wants cold wet bread?
You're obviously not having it correctly.
I'm because I'm opposite. I want all the meat. I want my meat to be like delicious, like very juicy, full of flavor. That's all I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
That's
Kelly.
what she said.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. Man, I was going to so say it.
You guys fucking suck.
Well, and you also did this. I'm just pointing that out.
Well, because never mind.
Yeah. Yeah, keep going with that.
I used to be like all about like Thanksgiving for me, like growing up was always like I was all about the appetizers, all like the finger foods and dessert. That middle part I could skip. And I couldn't wait to get to the desserts, like the pies and stuff like that. But surgery, like my taste have changed. My taste haven't changed. There's nothing that I can't tolerate.
Okay.
But like pre-op, like I had a huge sweet tooth. That was one of my like biggest reasons for like gaining weight is because I love the sweets. I can't do it anymore. Like there's even like protein drinks I can't drink anymore.
It's too sweet.
It's too stinking sweet. And like I was glad that I was really smart about my fridge. Like to where like I almost used all of them up except for like maybe one or two of each one. And so when I got home, I'm like, oh nope, can't do that one anymore. And oh yeah, this one still works. And so like the thought of like I can't do sweets anymore. So it was just like, so it's actually like a blessing.
Yeah.
I'm like, sweet. It's not going to be like a problem because it doesn't sound good anymore because I know that it's going to be like one bite and be like, nope, I'm done.
Yep. Yeah, but I mean, sometimes it's good that like even if you do get a like craving, you're like, hey, I really want a Hershey Kiss or something like that. Then you take a bite of it and you're like, nope, it's good. You had your one bite and you killed it. And then you're not like, it's not going around in your brain the whole time.
You're not like depriving yourself.
Exactly.
No. It's like that depriving where like that's why most diets don't work is because it's a whole like, you're depriving yourself. Like, because somebody's telling you all these things on this list, you can no longer eat. Like I can eat anything I want to now, but it's like the things that I choose to eat and it's in moderation. And then there's like the things that I just can't really like, I can't do more than bite that one.
Well, and do you even crave food right now? Because you're so new. Like if you're only 2.5 months. So like, I don't remember.
He's like, no, I don't really care.
Yeah. See, like
I still to this date have not experienced hunger.
Yeah.
Good.
It's going to be a while.
That was my favorite part.
Yeah. I'm like, other people that had surgery like after me or even like the same time as me, like they're like, oh, I get so hungry. I'm like, not me. Like I have to force myself to eat. Like it's like on the schedule because otherwise, like I was telling a really good friend yesterday, I was like, if I didn't have that, I literally wouldn't eat because I don't get hungry.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, I could go the entire day and not get hungry at all.
It's crazy how alike my journey and your journey was, or like yours is. Like that's exactly how I was.
Yeah.
I mean, you remember, I was like, I would go to work and I wouldn't eat all day because I just wouldn't remember to eat. I wasn't hungry. I didn't have hunger pains. Like I ended up figuring out the ways that my body was telling me I was hungry, but it wasn't the same as before. And I never had issues. Like it's crazy. Like you're basically
it took me a year to crave something. It was a long ass time. Like, I didn't have any problem. Like, and that was like, my timers would go off. That was what would remind me. I'm like, shit. What am I gonna?
Well, and there would be times that I would be like, I think around 4 months maybe, where I was like actually like starting to be like, okay, this sounds really good. But it wasn't like I was craving it or I had to have it. It was more like you're thinking about like, okay, what's for dinner? And then I would be like, oh, this sounds pretty good. Let's go with that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Or melting pot. Melting pot is always on the table.
No,
love that place.
never. Mm-mm.
You just haven't. You're back in the corner. God.
So, Jeremy, what does your normal day look like?
So a normal day, like I'll get up, get ready. So I'll eat breakfast. And then
What's your breakfast, though? We need the
breakfast
details.
typically is like, it depends on how much of what I want to force myself to eat that morning.
Okay.
Okay.
Sometimes it's like eggs and like cheese and like salsa, or or if it's or it might be like a yogurt, like what is it? The
Oikos?
Greek yogurt.
Yes.
That's it, that one.
Okay.
I gotcha.
That one. With like some granola or something small like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then I'll do like a protein after that. That
Okay.
I'll sip on for like a few hours.
A few hours.
You said a protein shake? Is that what I understood?
Yeah, so it's protein shake and chai.
Oh.
Oh,
What is that exactly?
Delicious.
I have not tried that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you go to like your grocery store, so there you'd have what, Fred Meyer's and Safeway?
Yes.
Yes.
So it's put out by like Tazo tea, and it's just in like a jug,
Okay.
and it's just chai tea, and then they have a skinny version.
Okay.
So it's like I think it's only like for like 3/4 of a cup, I think it's like 75 calories.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
No.
And the carbs I think are only like 14.
Nice.
It's not that bad at all.
No.
Yeah.
And then also I'll just like mix that. Like I'll do like a full Fairlife protein shake, and then just fill my Hydro Flask the rest of the way with chai tea.
Oh, okay.
So what do you just do vanilla? Okay.
Most of the time vanilla.
Okay. That's what I was thinking. I was
Yeah.
like trying to think of something. They need to have, I bet cinnamon.
Yes, they probably do.
Yeah, cinnamon would be good. Pumpkin spice was actually pretty good too.
Okay.
I was able to like get blessed with a 4-pack of those from Dr. Joe.
Oh.
Yeah, because I was like, they had posted a bunch, and I was like, where do you find that? Because I looked everywhere for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, I couldn't find it. And they're like, we'll send you something. I'm like, oh, thanks.
That
And
family
I
Yeah,
love
you
Dr.
can't, like-
Joe and
they're
his
like,
wife.
You can't experience your first like bariatric fall without pumpkin spice. I'm like,
Yeah.
That's true.
So it's
Aw.
from Joe and Marty.
Oh, Martin is my favorite. And I don't call him Marty anymore. I've met him in person. He is Martin. And he is Martin Cribbins. And I got that from Melting Catherine. She
Melting Heaven's great.
we were at the retreat and we're standing there, and Marty was like kind of maneuvering his way down, and she goes, Martin Cribbins, you get back over here right now. And he like looked back and just started walking back towards us.
Oh.
And I was like,
I adore them. I got to hang out with them for like, because I went to the Dallas Bariatric meetup because we haven't done one in Austin yet.
okay.
I'm working with my surgeon to change that.
Yay!
Yeah. So, but I drove up there for that, and like I got to hang out with like him and his wife, and of course Marty, and, and like tons of other people, like like 100 Mother,
Yep.
Story of B, and just all these people that like I talked to a bunch on like through Instagram, but then like to meet them in person was just a different world. It was so like
completely,
heartwarming,
yeah,
because it didn't matter where you were in your journey. Like I literally, I think there was 3 of us that were within like 2 to 3 weeks post-op, because I was 2 weeks post-op, and then there was one girl that I think was 3, and so like we were all just like it was like catered with like appetizers, but like of course none of us could have it. We're just like, okay, but it didn't matter. Like people were like sharing stories, and from all their different like levels of length of time of how since they had surgery, and successes and failures, and
amazing.
You walked away with like a bigger support system than you had to begin with.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because like you can relate to like all the stages, like when you start going through them, and then you can start talking. Like that's what it felt like when we were at the retreat. Was it was cool to meet everybody, because it didn't matter where you were on the scale of like where you're at in your journey. Like we all understood. Like if you were on a lower end, I'd be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. You can't have that right now, guys. So let's not even do that.
Yeah.
So
No,
it's like
totally
easy
good.
peasy. Like, and that was so cool to meet people, and you don't have to explain anything.
Yeah.
Like that was like such a weight lifted. It was like, oh, I don't explain shit. Like you get all of the things.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't have to say anything. Yep.
It's like refreshing.
So
Well,
go ahead.
It was cool even to like, I mean, like just to like hear like the different, as you like roamed around, like just hear like different conversations, you know, because there was some real conversations, like even like the conversation of dating, like how the hell do you approach dating, you know, in the normal world when like you are no longer normal, like you can't eat like a normal person anymore, like so you know, so how do you approach that? How do you like bring that up in conversation? And we're really like being able to hash that out with people, like you know, that are like starting to date again, you know, so you're just like, oh well, you know, what about tapas, or what about coffee, you know, stuff like that, like having to like come with ideas, you know, but like you don't even realize till like those conversations come up at things like that, that those are real freaking issues, you know?
Yeah. No, we right before your guys' meetup in Texas happened, we released the dating episode. And B was there, and she was like, I actually was talking to somebody, and then somebody turned around, they're like, that was you? And she was like, it was really cool that they knew like I had been on the podcast.
Yeah.
So she messaged us like right after, and I was just like, yes.
That's awesome. Yeah, because like dating's a deal, man.
It is. It really, really is. And you're not necessarily gonna date somebody that's in this world. And so you kind of have to feel it out, and it's not always, I mean, you're going to come across some crappy people first.
Well, and I guess like that kind of brings us back to what we were talking about right in the beginning. Like, so if you're kind of dating, right? Like, how did you navigate? Like, what was helpful? What wasn't helpful?
I'm still doing it.
I bet. Yeah.
You're still trying to. Okay, we'll have to have another.
But I have a gold standard. Like,
okay,
I want somebody that's had the surgery before, so that I don't have to do the work. I don't have to fucking explain it over and over and over.
Yes.
Like,
okay, that's a cool criteria.
Justify myself.
Yeah.
Like, like, and if that, you know, I told somebody the other day, I'm like, if that means I'm stay single for the rest of my life, all right, cool.
You won't.
Like, you won't.
You won't.
I know I won't. But you know,
no,
like,
I mean, like we know you. You won't. You won't.
So this might be.
But it's just to like have that like understanding and not have to go through all that BS of like having to constantly explain yourself. Well, this is what I did, and this is what I did it for. You know, because it's like when I first started, it's like I think like I had mentioned that to somebody like 2 different people, and it was like a ghost.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, are you really that shallow? Like, what the frick? Like,
yes, they are.
How is really the fact that like I can't gorge myself like you can, like make you want to run away? Like whatever. Like I don't have time for it.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I mean, at least you didn't waste any time on them, though.
Yeah.
And you knew right away, and you were like, okay, peace. I'm gonna go that way. You're gonna go that way. You're gonna stay right there.
Well, and I think you guys, like all the dudes, if you're listening, just go to those retreats. I'm just saying.
Yes, because there are women aplenty.
There is plenty of women. And my husband, he like called my brother, and he was like, showed him a video of everybody for the first party night.
Oh, when we both
got sloshed. And he was like, if a dude was here, he'd be cleaning house right now. He's like, guys have had the surgery, Mel. Why are they not here? And I was like, I don't know. We got to get these guys here, man. Because like everybody's having fun and everybody can relate. And you don't have to explain yourself. And it's like, so guys, go to those things. Like you're going to meet people, like-minded people, and you never know, you might get lucky and meet number one. The one.
There you go. We're going to get there.
We got there.
So back to what you eat in a day. What about snacks, lunches? Have you picked up any cool tips and tricks or?
So I've actually like this week, because like one of my December goals was to like meal plan and like you know, meal prep and stuff like that, because it was just like before that it was just kind of sporadic. It was just you know, I mean, I knew when I was gonna eat, but it was more like, okay, what am I gonna eat? You know? And so now it's like trying to like plan out. And so I have a really good friend where like we're both like on that same thing, so like kind of like bouncing ideas off each other.
Oh, cool.
And just like the, you know, and demanding we, you know, show each other our digits and, you know, and like what, you know, what things look like. And but it just it takes all the guesswork out of it.
Yeah, it does.
I've got like just yesterday, like I wrote out like my entire week's worth of meals. So like
Nice.
I literally have to go to my phone and be like, oh, what am I eating for lunch? Oh, this is what I'm eating for lunch. And like mentally, like I know what the macros are around. And then so when I like log it in my, my Bariatric, like I can just compare to see if I'm on
good.
key or not. Most of mine, like, because I still do like 2 shakes a day because my surgeon said it's fine. So that to me like takes a huge chunk of the guesswork out because that's 60 carbs. I mean, 60 grams of protein right there.
Done.
So, yeah, so I only have to worry about the other 50 for the rest of my day, and it's great.
And generally, if you're eating real food, chicken, anything like that, you're gonna accrue that real quickly.
Oh yeah.
Well, and how is your sleep going and vitamins? Are you
yes,
taking
we have
vitamins?
shot vitamins.
Vitamins are great.
Okay.
Like, I'm very religious about them, and I have more than just I typically like. I used to say that I couldn't wait to get off all my meds because I have like 2 blood pressure meds. I have like acid reflux and blood thinners and stuff like that, and like I couldn't wait to get done because then all they do is just take like 2 multivitamins and I'd be done.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Like my supplements now are more than my pills are. Like
yeah.
So like because I do like my multivitamin, I do my calcium, plus I do like a probiotic.
That's good.
Like I just started taking like one like papaya if I feel like I'm gonna get like an upset stomach. I'll take like papaya, and that really helps.
Oh, good. You said papaya.
Papaya enzymes.
Nice.
Yeah. We're actually just talking about it in the benchies.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I do collagen, and then of course I have my weekly like B12s.
Okay.
Wow, that is a lot.
Which is the nasal. Yeah, it's literally like it's a process. I just do it when I wake up in the morning. I just that's the first thing I do when I get up is I just knock out all my pills and my supplements so that I don't have to stress about it for the rest of the day and until at night because I just do like morning and then night. And then like at night I think it's just calcium, and then right now it's my blood thinner, but that one's about to go away.
Ooh. Awesome. So you're going to be completely off anything that's not a vitamin.
That's my surgeon's pretty confident with that, and so is my like urologist.
Okay.
Yay.
And that was actually kind of a cool thing. I think I shared in the benchies, but it's worth sharing again.
Yeah.
I had a doctor's appointment with my urologist, like a follow-up.
Okay.
Shortly after surgery, and I had already gotten. I think I was down 100 pounds by that point. Okay. And so of course, like and she'd always encouraged me to like you lose weight, and that that would help me to like get them off because as long as I was at a heavy weight, whatsoever, and so she was really impressed that I'd lost so much weight, and she was like, let's we can start like phasing off them, and she's like, because I have to tell you that at the rate you were at, you would have been dead in 5 years.
Oof. And
I'm just like, you're just telling me that now? Like, I'm sure could have been like, I'm sure it wouldn't have meant anything if you told me before, but just the reality of like, in 5 years it could be the end of it. And she's like, so now you're gonna grow old and gray and feel that like, annoy your kids and be that cranky old grandpa. Like,
she sounds amazing.
I like your doctor.
She's adorable. Yeah,
and what was that med for? I'm sorry.
That's my blood thinner.
Your blood thinner.
I had because a year ago March, I had blood clots in my leg due to a med that I was on. So they had to make blood thinners.
Okay.
And
so now
it's like
scary.
Yeah, now that like I'm down, like 100 pounds, and she's like, as long as you keep losing, like your next appointment will phase you off.
Perfect.
Yay.
And then my surgeon's already has already said that at my 3-month I'll go off like my one for acid reflux. I'll go off my blood pressure medication as long as I don't need it. So that at that point, like it'll just be phasing out my blood thinners, and then that'll be it. I'll have nothing but supplements for the rest of the day.
Yay!
Good job, dude. That's freaking awesome.
That is a huge accomplishment.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to hear is like that this, the tool is working and it's getting you off of all the medicines. That way you can just be you and not have to worry about all that crap.
You aren't going to be tied to taking those medications every day.
No.
Yeah.
And you won't be dead in 5 years. So that's a plus too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, now it's like, sweet. Like I had 5 years to experience life. Now I've got like 20 to 30, sweet, or more,
Yeah.
Let's hope more.
Yeah, I'm going for more, but
Well, yeah, let's hope so.
Well, and then your
Yeah.
sleep. How is
Yes,
sleep going?
I sleep actually pretty good when I finally fall asleep. I sleep actually pretty good.
Okay.
I've never been a really long sleeper. Like an average night for me is probably like 6 to 7 hours.
Okay. That's
and
good.
I'm fine.
Nice. No sleep
so,
apnea
yeah,
anymore?
Not. I mean, like I still have the sleep apnea machine, but like I can like tell that I don't like that on nights that I forget to wear it, that I still wake up extremely refreshed and
Okay.
plenty of energy.
Good.
So I can definitely tell that like I'm not having all the incidences.
Mhm.
And even
Good.
like on the little screen, like it used to like, when you wake up in the morning, it'll tell you like how many incidents you had throughout the night.
Mhm.
Most nights it's a 0 or it's like a 0.1.
Oh,
So yeah.
good
Oh,
job.
wow.
Look at that. See,
Yeah.
guys?
Yay!
If
I'm
you're
so
listening, man, get the
excited.
surgery because it's like Jeremy's like proof that it works.
So,
Well, yeah,
you know?
and then who wants to like go into like a relationship and be like, oh yeah, and I brought along my Darth Vader machine, so with this lovely little snork like masks that I wear every night. So hello, sexy.
yes.
Nobody wants that.
No,
There's
nobody's.
nothing sexy about that.
No.
Yep.
Sorry, but there's not.
No, Zach still uses his, so it doesn't bug
I
me
mean,
in
he
any way.
needs to, but yeah.
I mean, he just says that like he doesn't have he
has
says
it.
that he doesn't have it, but he can tell he sleeps.
He's not a doctor.
He is not a doctor, and he only sleeps like 3 to 4 hours a night. So the 3 or 4 hours a night he gets, he needs to sleep hard and well. So
Yeah,
he uses
Well,
it.
and some
He
people
does.
like even if a doctor were to say you don't need it anymore, a lot of people get so accustomed. I've heard it so many times that like some people get accustomed to it that like I think it's Jason from Barry Nation. He's like, you try to rip that thing away from me, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, he's like, I want this.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
It's a part of me.
yeah, pretty much.
I love
funny.
it.
So what are you hoping for over the next 3 months?
Yeah.
What are you thinking that you're going to be at for our 6-month check-in?
So, like, number-wise, I have no idea.
Well, no, like goals.
Yeah,
Do you
what
have
are your
any
goals? Yeah, what are your goals?
I mean, so like goal-wise, I mean, like pretty much just like, it's like where I'm at now, just kind of like to the next level, like having things like a nice, like better groove than I have now. Like I feel like a lot of it, like I feel like I already am in a pretty good space and a pretty good like groove. But just getting a lot of that like ironed out to where it just becomes like and that part of my everyday. I'm not like having to like say, oh, it's Sunday, I got a meal plan,
Right.
put all those things out. It's just like it'll just be a part of my normal, whatever day I decide to do it, like that'll be that.
Okay.
And and looking forward just to like the continued boost in confidence and self-love and and being able to like see it, in my clothes, like that's to me that's huge.
Yeah.
I haven't been to these sizes and I don't know how long, and it's like, it feels it's great, it's insane,
Oh, I know.
Enjoy every second of it.
I can't wait because I know you're going to be at like just like an extra large or a large by the time we talk to you again. I can feel it.
I'm sure, yeah, because I'm at 2X now. And I just got there. In my gym shorts, I realized today because I couldn't I had bought a smaller size, but I was joking with a friend. I'm like, I can't because I don't have a big butt. I never have. So, but where my weight is coming off is my stomach and my butt that doesn't exist. So I can't keep shorts on to save my life.
Yeah.
And when you're like going like up and down and doing like stuff like that, like I'm just, I'm afraid for tragedy.
Yeah.
And so like I was, and I was just like trying to figure out like, like how to keep these shorts on. And I went to like the next size down. I'm like, okay, that works. There's still same issue. I realized today, after like wearing like a smaller pair that I thought wasn't going to fit me, that the reason that they wouldn't stay on me is because I literally skipped over a size.
Ah, that makes sense.
Okay, this makes sense now.
Yeah.
I get it. So it's like, but yeah, just seeing like being able to wear new clothes and like one thing that I did for like to celebrate the like losing 100 pounds is I like bought a jersey for my favorite like soccer team that I'm going to see when I go to the UK, and I had like my name and like 100 put on the back of it, and I plan to like wear it to the game when I go. And I was like, okay, so like right now it's a little tight. Like it's gonna be like hanging off me at the game. Like,
yep,
I'm gonna need to like put some hoodies underneath it just to like, which is great because in the UK it rains all the time. So
there you go.
Well, so I'll be warm. But
I will tell you right now, that's the best feeling is where you can put on a sweater and then put the jersey over it. You're like, holy shit, I can do this.
Yep,
this is crazy.
Yep. I remember the moment I could put a hoodie on and put my jean jacket over the top of it, and I wasn't like marshmallowing man, like you know, walking like this. Like I could move my arms all around.
It's so
I was
weird.
Like, what the hell is going on?
It's so cool.
Even just like our professional soccer team here in Austin. Like I bought like a jersey at the start of the season with like the intent. It was before before my journey ever started, with like the intent of losing 30 pounds and it would fit comfortably.
Right.
The start of the season, like I felt like I was gonna rip out of that thing, and I didn't feel cute whatsoever. But I wore it because it was like my team.
Mm-hmm.
And the last like few games, like it literally is baggy. I could put like a big like hoodie underneath it, and it still just like has so much give to it. I'm like, dang, like this is insane.
This is awesome.
Yes,
I love it.
I'm over here. I'm dancing. I'm dancing. That's awesome. All right.
Well, Jeremy, thank you so much for recapping all the things and letting us like tell people your story. So it's pretty rad. I cannot wait to see what happens.
Yeah. And go ahead and just hang on after.
Yeah.
Just after we're done.
That's
right.
right.
All right. So what do they need to do next, Melanie?
They need to go over to YouTube and click the subscribe button and the little bell so it notifies you when the new episodes drop, because over there they do drop every week on Tuesday. It's a video. So go do that. Go hang out over there. And then if you want to become a Benchie, like we said before, go to patreon.com/OSLP and pick your tier. Or there's also another place you could go. What's that, Kelly?
oursleevelifepodcast.com. And we have all of your merch, and we have all the episodes, and we have pretty much everything we have live videos of surgeries.
That's right.
We have so much stuff on there, and we have officially retired our old logo.
That's right.
So all of our new merch is up and ready to go. We are starting to schedule live shows. So make sure that you go over there and subscribe so that you get notified when the emails go out about live shows.
That's right.
And we may have something popping up on the website tomorrow for our current live shows. So I'm just saying,
maybe you should go check it out.
You might want to go check those out every now and then.
Every once in
a
while. Yeah.
And also, if you want to watch these videos before it gets to anybody else, or listen to the episodes a few days early, also go onto the Patreon. So.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Yes. And we will see you next time.
Bye.